And you're all very welcome along to another episode of The Healthy Handbag. My name is Paddy Cunningham, and if you've not listened to The Healthy Handbag before, why not? Nobody has. There are about, 5 or 6 other episodes that you can listen into if and whenever you want to, covering different topics loosely usually related to kind of weight loss, health, wellness, sprinkled with some motivation, inspiration and occasional little bit of sassiness and salt, but you're however. It is coming up to that time of the year, Christmas. We're only a week away from Christmas Day, and it's always around this time of year where I start getting my back up a bit, is that what you call it? Whereby I'm on social media and I'm seeing various kind of personal trainers and fitness people and influencers starting to talk about things like, oh, what was one I seen the other day? How to stay lean during Christmas. And I sat there when I seen this and I was like, would you ever go and feck off? This is not the time of year when people want to be thinking about, particularly actually in 2020, this is not the time of year when people want to be thinking about kind of staying lean over Christmas, or even that we should be promoting staying lean over Christmas, because all that's going to do is cause a further sense of guilt in people potentially, and negative thoughts and all that kind of stuff when you do reach into the bottom of that second tub of roses. Now look, I'm not saying and advocating that we go and gorge and all that kind of stuff. Needless to say, a lot of us will, but if you do, that's grand. It's December. It's Christmas. It's the end of the year. It's the end of a fairly crap year for most people. And the last thing we need now is fitness professionals and the like coming out, adding on to that by making people feel even worse. No. What I would say is, if you're following someone and they're promoting all now about how to stay lean during Christmas and how to balance your work Zoom drinks and, not feel guilty and stuff like that, unfollow them or just mute them for Christmas, would you? Do yourself a favour. You do not need that type of negativity in your life for the next 2 weeks. You don't. You just want to be able to relax. Finish out 2020 in a way that makes you feel good about yourself. If that is connecting with friends on Zoom or, something like that, or FaceTiming people and having a few drinks, setting up the iPad or tablet or the phone on the Christmas table and having someone, a virtual kind of setting for somebody so that they can join you and enjoy some nice treats and stuff like that, do it. Don't be worrying about this stuff of, I have to eat healthy during Christmas now. No, it's not the time of year for it. And I know I'd equally be the type of person that would be like, look, you don't have to wait until January to, start making improvements. And it's true, you don't. But you're not going to go out on social media whereby people can have potentially tens of thousands and more of followers and promote messages of how to stay lean during Christmas. No. It doesn't sit well with me. We should be supporting people's mental health, making them feel good about themselves where they are right now, helping them accept the bodies, their fitness, where they are right now, because only by accepting where you are right now can you make improvements then when the time is right for you. Okay, and the time being right for you, a lot of people will say January because it's that big collective kind of togetherness of people trying to change things at the start of a new year. Obviously that went kind of whatever expression you want to use, it didn't go to plan for a lot of people, myself included, during 2020. Great plans didn't happen, and great plans to restart during the year didn't happen. So, do you know what? I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic about 2021, rightly or wrongly. I think people have become a lot more accustomed to getting outside doing activity, whether that be going in for a dip, whether that be doing some walking, some jogging, whether that be using the outdoor gyms that usually people kind of just sniggered at when they walked by and stuff like that. Thinking, oh, sure, who'd use that? A lot of people are using them now, which is awesome. And fair play to the councils and the areas that have provided outdoor gyms for people. Or maybe it's a home workout. Maybe it's a DVD. Maybe it's a YouTuber that you follow that does workouts. Or whatever it is. I think people have adapted really well this year to realising, do you know what? A gym can be fantastic going to my personal trainer can be fantastic when they're supporting me also, but equally, you don't necessarily need that. You can do stuff in the comfort of your, living room, your kitchen, wherever, your garage, and make progress. And I think, it took us a while to realise that during the year. And that's stuff to think about, not now, not coming into Christmas week. And if you're a fitness person and you're listening to this episode of the podcast, please do your followers a favour. Do not be making them feel guilty. Do not be making them think that they have to be working extra hard to stay lean, or that they need to be counting calories or macros or any of that kind of stuff during Christmas, particularly this year, as I say. Support them by being there for them, by letting them know that you're going to be there for them when the time is right again after the new year. Do yourself a favour. Understand your clients. Don't impose your set of restrictive beliefs onto somebody else at this time of year. Let them enjoy the time of year with their friends, with their family, in whatever way that's going to look like this year for people. And be a friend to them. Check in. Let them know it's okay to relax the reins a little bit over the next 2 weeks, as opposed to doing the opposite. Anyway, I'm going to finish up now, and it's only a short one. The next episode, I'm thinking, will probably be in the new year, and probably be one of those, hey, let's get fired up for the new year kind of podcasts. More so for myself as well, if I'm honest. But I don't know, I've been trying to think about 2020, and there's been so much hurt and pain and frustration and confusion. And one of the things that I think impacted me the most is something that happened, so impacted in terms of I still think about, happened so earlier on in the year, so much earlier on in the year, was, something I touched on before, the passing of Caroline Flack and the idea of being kind. And I guess if we can take one thing away from 2020, I think it would be that thought of be kind. Be kind to the shop workers that have been working all year, supporting us through the pandemic, getting us our essential supplies. Be kind to that doctor, to that nurse, to the person that might seem a bit ratty. You don't know what job they might be doing if they're in a queue somewhere. Be kind to one another. And above all else, as part of that as well, is be kind to yourself. If you haven't learned how to make banana bread, it doesn't matter. If you haven't learned a new language, it doesn't matter. A lot of people use lockdown for, personal development stuff. Fair play. Brilliant. That is awesome. But equally, for some people, 2020 has just been about surviving, trying to get through the year mentally, physically, in whatever way, just trying to get through to the end of the year. And we're getting there. I know there's still a lot of worrying things in the press and the news today even, but if we can view things with be kind to myself. All I can do is my best day in, day out. All I can do is control what is in my control by, things like washing my hands, sanitizing, wearing my mask, that kind of stuff. And if I'm doing what I'm doing, then give myself a break with the rest of the stuff, like in terms of what I'm, what workouts am I doing, what am I eating, that kind of stuff. Don't be too harsh on yourself, okay? Anyway, have a wonderful Christmas, whatever that may look like for you. I know there's a lot of people without loved ones for various reasons that, either can't travel or that, may not be with us this Christmas because they've passed away. Whatever your Christmas is looking like, take a few minutes for yourself, be kind to yourself, and know that you are deeply loved by people. Some people, that you may or may not talk to so frequently, but I bet you cross their mind frequently. I know this year there's been a lot of people I have thought of, some I've reconnected with, and that because it felt like the right thing to do in terms of surrounding myself with people that I know enrich my life and make me feel good about things and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm starting to waffle now, so I'm going to finish. But be kind, and I really hope that you have, an end of year that is filled with love. Do not feel alone. If you do, there's so many organizations there that we can lean on, and even just on social media, don't be afraid to reach out, even on my pages on Instagram or Facebook, and say, hey, because I promise you I'll also say hi back. Take care. And remember, you are awesome.